The 2019 NBA draft was filled with surprises with some interesting moves and picks occurring as well. Some players fell down unexpectedly in the 2019 NBA draft, and they could potentially end up being stars in the future. So, let's go over the 5 biggest steals in the 2019 NBA draft. And before we get into it, as I said in my other videos, I have been facing some copyright issues as of late, and I would really appreciate it if you guys can subscribe to my backup channel. I have this channel in case anything happens to this one, and I will leave a link to that down in the description below. Please subscribe to that channel and of course my main channel, The T-Ball, as it would go a long way into helping me to continue to put out some interesting NBA content out for you guys. I appreciate all the support, and let's get back into the video. First up, I have Cam Reddish to the Atlanta Hawks at number 10 overall. He fell in the draft after going into college as one of the top prospects at the time. Reddish struggled in Duke, and the numbers speak for themselves. He shot a brutal 35.6% from the field, which is split from 39.4% shooting on 2s and 33.3% shooting on 3s. Reddish was forced to play mainly off the ball in Duke given the fact that he was on the court with both Zion and Barrett. It was a huge adjustment for Reddish, but I think in the long run, it will definitely help him grow and expand his game. Reddish relied a lot on shooting jumpers with Duke, taking 7.4 threes per game. He was impressive as a shooter off the dribble, scoring .903 points per possession on these plays, which was good for the 71st percentile in the nation. However, on catch and shoot opportunities, which will be a play Reddish will see a lot of in the NBA, he scored only .847 points per possession, which was good for only the 27th percentile in the nation. So he's up and down as a shooter, but being so young, he does have a lot of room to grow and become more consistent. I would not be too nervous about Reddish never becoming a good 3-point shooter, because we saw that his shot has great form and he also shot 77.2% from the free throw line in Duke. I think Reddish could become at least an above average 3-point shooter in the future with more time and work, and the Hawks just need to be patient with his development. In addition, Reddish was excellent in pick and roll situations, averaging 1.114 points per possession on these plays, which was good for the 91st percentile in the nation. The Hawks run a lot of pick and roll, and Reddish should find early success on these plays. Defensively, the potential is definitely there for Reddish to become an elite defender in the NBA. He's 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan, and with his mobility for a player his size, he looks like the perfect versatile defender who can switch with ease. Reddish averaged 1.6 steals and 0.6 blocks per game at Duke, and he showed flashes of becoming possibly a lockdown defender with quick hands and great contests with his long arms. Reddish is a high potential player that the Hawks will need to develop for a while, but I think with time, he could become a potential star in the NBA. Next up, I have Brandon Clarke to the Memphis Grizzlies at number 21 overall. Brandon Clarke was impressive for Gonzaga as a rim-running big man and a versatile defender as well. He was excellent at finishing around the rim through easy dunks in the pick and roll and in transition as well, and this allowed him to finish his past season shooting an incredible 68.7% from the field. He cleaned up the glass well, averaging 8.6 rebounds per game with 3.1 of them being offensive. This is where Clarke will get most of his points from in the NBA, as he'll specialize as a finisher around the rim who will get easy putbacks from offensive rebounds. He's also developing a 3-point shot, and he already has a solid mid-range jumper which will help him open up the floor a little bit in the NBA. Clarke was outstanding on defense last season as he averaged 3.2 blocks and 1.2 steals per game with an 84 defensive rating. He was an elite rim protector for Gonzaga as he uses his athleticism and great timing to block and alter shots. He's also very mobile and could switch easily on defense, and I think he's the perfect modern defender. He's a terrific pick for the Grizzlies at number 21 overall, and our front court of Jaren Jackson Jr. and Brandon Clarke should provide a lockdown defensive combo with tremendous rim protection. Probably the biggest surprise of the draft was Bol Bol going to the Denver Nuggets at number 44 overall. He slid down the draft due to concerns about his injuries and what some people think is a poor motor. However, he has crazy potential, and he has a chance to be something the NBA has rarely ever seen. The Nuggets may be getting a future star here next to Jokic, and these two can potentially become a special duo in the front court. He could legitimately handle the ball at times, which is something you don't see often for a player of his size, and he also has a tremendous shooting stroke, which doesn't look like it was a fluke. He shot 52% from 3 in college, and while I don't think that number is sustainable, I do think he is definitely an above average shooter. He could become a floor spacing 5, which would help open up the floor for his teammates to drive in, and I think he would be deadly as a pick and pop option. The potential is through the roof on offense, and it doesn't stop there. On defense, he could become an excellent rim protector given his height and length, and it seems like he has solid timing on when to block and alter shots. However, he does have trouble with focus and could be slow on rotations at times, so that does raise some concerns about just how good he will really be on defense. His durability is also a huge concern though, as he sustained the foot injury that cost him the majority of his college season. We'll see if it continues to bug him in the NBA, but if he avoids them, he could become a versatile scoring 5 for the Denver Nuggets. Next up, I have Kevin Porter Jr. to the Cleveland Cavaliers at number 30 overall. Porter Jr. is a raw but high potential player, and he is a boom or bust prospect. Porter Jr. has the potential to become a dangerous scorer in the NBA, though he could end up fizzling out of the NBA like Michael Beasley. He is a good finisher at the rim with his above average athleticism, but he could also shoot from outside as well. He has a solid mid-range shot, and he finished his freshman season shooting an excellent 41.2% from 3. He can create his own shot but could also thrive as a spot-up shooter, and he's also shown the makings of becoming a very versatile scorer. However, he does have some problems, which mainly includes taking bad shots and defense. To touch upon his poor shot selection, he does seem to take a lot of mid-range step-back shots, which is obviously one of the most very efficient shots in the NBA, and he seems to be somewhat of a ball hog at times as well. He needs to learn to pass more, and if he doesn't have a good shot, he should just pass it up to find the open man unless the shot clock is going down. Taking these types of shots often in the NBA will get him in trouble, as he will get shut down. In addition, he has the tools to become a very good defender, though he does struggle at times with effort on the defensive end. He needs to stay locked in for all 48 minutes, and if he can do that, he could become one of the NBA's best two-way players. The Cavs got a high potential player that was worth taking using the number 30 overall pick, and he should get a big opportunity right away on a talent-depleted Cavaliers team. And before we get into our final player on this list, I just want to give a quick shout out to SeatGeek, who is the sponsor of today's video. SeatGeek is a ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets, and using the app, you can see which ticket is a good deal which has a green dot, or a bad deal which has a red dot for any sporting event or concert. It's an easy to navigate app, and it's a must have for anyone who's interested in attending an event. Use my discount code TheTball to get $20 off your first purchase when you first sign up for an account, and I'll leave a link to the site where you can sign up, or you could also download the app on your phone as well and use my code to get the discount there. And finally, I have Nassir Little to the Portland Trail Blazers at number 25 overall. Little didn't play much for North Carolina last season, as he averaged only 18.2 minutes per game. However, when he did play, he demonstrated great potential as a scorer who also has the tools to become a great defender as well. He's 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan, and he has the perfect tools to be a versatile defender in the NBA. He can match up with almost any player of any position, as he could guard perimeter players or switch onto some bigs at times as well. His perimeter defense specifically stands out, as he uses his length to suffocate opponents into errant passes or bad shots. He could provide some much needed hustle and defense behind CJ McCollum, as it would be a nice change of pace given that McCollum isn't exactly a good defender. While Little is best known for his outstanding perimeter defense or defense in general, he also has the potential to become a great all-around scorer in the NBA. He is currently very good at getting to the rim and has a nice arsenal of spin moves and crafty plays to finish at the rim, though his jumper does need some work. He already has a nice turnaround jumper and mid-range shot, but his 3-point shooting needs a lot of work. He shot only 26.9% from 3 last season, which is obviously very poor. I wouldn't be too worried about it though, as he does seem to have great mechanics and a smooth release. With more work and a little bit of tweaking, I think he could become an above average 3-point shooter in the NBA. Little will give the Blazers a high potential backup too, who will likely replace Seth Curry's role if he leaves this offseason, though it's possible he may just spend a lot of minutes in the G League developing, with Simons taking up the majority of the backup minutes. He's a high potential two-way player that will give the Blazers a potential star in the future, and I'm excited to see how he'll play in the NBA. So that's a wrap. Thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on all my news video will be coming out. Also follow me on Instagram and hit me up if you want to talk about basketball, business, or have any video ideas for me to do. Let me know, as I do try to get back to all you guys there. Drop a comment down below on who you think were the biggest steals of the 2019 NBA draft. Let me know, as I do read all comments. I'm definitely interested to see what you guys have to say. So without that being said, once again, thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys soon for the next video. Peace.